evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are. So an inaugural lecture is a very old academic tradition. In 1669, Professor Isaac Newton was appointed to the Lucasian Professor of Mathematics at Trinity College in Cambridge. And he spoke on the topic of colors. Now, Newton, of course, is known very well for his theories of mechanics and gravitation, but we also know from the time we spent in school that he also did work on optics and colors. Over 300 years later, Professor Stephen Hawking was appointed to the same Lucasian chair of mathematics at Trinity College, and he spoke in his inaugural lecture on the topic, "Is the end in sight for theoretical physics?" So, to have an inaugural lecture, when the university promotes an inaugural lecture, it is standing in the line of a long tradition. The second thing that I want to say is that, in the early days, the word professor was used rather indiscriminately. In the very early days, anyone who taught was also called a professor. And I think in Italy, we get this same idea because any teacher is called professori. But in the English-speaking world, now there is a very clear distinction between people who are professors and people who are just normal lecturers. So I think there are a few differences between lecturers and professors. The general audience for a lecturer is a group of students. Whereas where a professor is concerned, when the university bestows the title of professor on one of its teachers, it means that that person is ready to face the world. And his audience is the public, is the world. Lecturers, when they teach students, they generally tell students about established knowledge. It is a dissemination or transmission of established knowledge. But professors are expected to discover new knowledge and be at that cutting edge of knowledge. In lectures, generally what is covered is in the area of facts. It is facts that are transmitted to students. But professors are expected to develop theories, and a theory is something like a belief, because the word profess is often used in the context of a belief. What I profess, what I believe, the theories I hold. And we expect of professors that they will hold theories, because a theory is something that is held without undue regard to everyday experience, right? So, for example, Nicolaus Copernicus, although every morning, like the rest of the people during his time, he saw the sun rising in the east and setting in the west, he was bold enough to say that although this is what things appear to be, actually it is the earth that is turning around its axis, and the earth is going around the sun. And more recently, Sir John Baker, who was professor of mechanical sciences at Cambridge University, was bold enough to say that when we design structures, we should not look at the way that they normally behave, but think about the point of failure, and so gave rise to a whole new theory of plastic design. So professors are expected to hold beliefs, to profess those beliefs, and to be able to defend those beliefs in front of the public. Thank you.